What's up, dope human?
Oh wait, what?
I don't know what just happened, but we'll have to get into some
I'm not sure.
intense. Once again, we're back for another PolyVibez show. I am Cobra Alchemy, and BB Nice
I
tonight.
am BB Nice. BB Nice.
And tonight we'll be talking about Dean Corll and the Night Stalker, and then whatever else, then we're gonna freestyle it. So,
Yeah.
man is the cruelest animal. So before we get started, I would like to read this because, when BB and I do these shows, we do a lot of research, okay? And, the past two episodes of Tricks Abusers Play, stuff can be really intense. And some of the stuff you read can really affect you in certain ways. I mean, I know for me. Sometimes. Especially when you read details, and things, get triggered things. So if you're easily triggered, I suggest you proceed with caution. So let me just say this. Whoever fights monsters should see that in the process, he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into the abyss will gaze back into you. So researching this kind of stuff, it's a lot. It's heavy. Especially when you put yourself in the victim's shoes. Hey, what's up, good people? What's up, people? So tonight we're talking about Dean Corll, the Candyman killer, and also Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. And what we really want to focus on is what makes these people do the things they do. Are they just pure evil, or childhood trauma, some type of chemical imbalance? Hey, you guys, are you guys ready for this one, right?
Yeah. Let me just say hello to everybody in the building right now. I have Miss Bernadette Speaks is in the building. Thank you for coming through. Melissa's in the building. Thank you, Melissa, for coming through. TC's in the building. Thank you, TC. And we have S. Hutchison, aka Shelly. Thanks, guys, for coming through to show some love. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. So let's get the conversation started with let's start with Richard Ramirez first, because I'm really not going to talk about him, a lot. I really want to deep dive into Dean Corll and also Henley's relationship. That's what I have really been focusing on, a lot of the research that I've been doing. So in the case of Richard Ramirez, he is the Night Stalker, notorious serial killer in the Los Angeles area. In the 1980s, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him. There's a documentary on Netflix by the name of The Night Stalker. Richard Ramirez did go through a lot of childhood trauma. He did see his uncle murder his aunt. Also, his uncle was in the Vietnam War. He did show Richard Ramirez pictures of decapitated bodies and women that he had sexually assaulted. Still, that does not give him an excuse to become a serial killer. The thing about Richard Ramirez is that I do believe childhood trauma did cause him to become a killer in a way. But like my dad has always told me, when you're going down a wrong path, there's always someone that you meet in your life that shows you another way. It's up to you to take it. And I'm pretty sure he did encounter someone like that. There's a lot of people that's been through childhood trauma and they don't turn out to be serial killers. Richard Ramirez really did not have a MO. He used different type of weapons, different type of victims, and he was eventually caught and arrested in Los Angeles. So for him, childhood trauma, yes, I do agree with that.
With Richard Ramirez, me reading up. Hey, Bench. Thanks for coming through. Hey, Bench.
What's good, Bench?
I had looked at his documentary. I actually looked at I guess it was a mini movie just to give him, to give a once of his life and everything. And Richard Ramirez seems to the way he encountered his victims. First, he didn't have a preference. He
No.
attacked. Yeah, he attacked. Hey, Nikki Blaine, thanks for coming through. Richard Ramirez attacked older women, older couples. That seemed to be the majority of the people that he did attack. But he also attacked children. He raped and molested children. He the older people and women. So he really didn't have a preference.
No.
And then it looks as if when he went to attack his victims, he was robbing them. Now, for what, I don't know if he had a type of lifestyle where he needed money or anything. They didn't dive into it, but he robbed most of the people, and he killed some. So his case was kind of hard to chew apart because, like I said, he was all over the place. Some he left alive, some he raped and killed, some he just, like mutilated them. He did so many different things to each one of his victims. And again, it wasn't no certain type. He was all over the place with it. So it's hard to kind of see what his angle was. The only thing I can say is listening to his interview, he said a lot about Satan worshiping and how this world is hell. We all are demons and we all do bad things. One doesn't differ from the other. That's where I got from listening to him talk and things of that nature.
Another thing about him is that like he didn't have a choice of weapon. To me, it seemed like an opportunity killings when he did kill. The thing about Richard Ramirez is that he killed I don't know if you know, the first victim. He murdered her. He shot her friend. Her friend did not die. He chased the friend. He didn't kill her because he didn't see the fear in her eyes. The very first victim, he shot her. She lied on the kitchen floor. She looked up because she thought he was gone. And when he saw the fear in her eyes, he shot her.
Yeah, I think she said she played dead. She was scared to move.
No, that was the one that was actually killed. It was more than one. Like, she was murdered. And when her friend came home, he shot her, chased her. And when he approached her, she was like, "You've already shot me. Go ahead." And he walked away.
He walked away, right? But then when she went in the kitchen, she found her friend dead already. Okay,
that was a friend that played dead, thought he was gone, looked up. When he saw that fear, he shot her. He enjoyed seeing the fear in the person's eyes. So do you feel like it was childhood trauma with him, or the Satanism thing was just some bullshit?
So I believe that, for one, when he was a kid, he witnessed his cousin kill his wife. He literally watched her shoot her in the head, and he kind of got away with it. So I believe that as that intensity grew inside of him to where he thought he can do the same and get away with it.
Okay, so
because right after that, first of all, he was already getting high with his cousin. And like it spiraled out of control after he seen his cousin murder his girlfriend and practically get away with it. So he like started doing a whole bunch of drugs and it just like spiraled out of control. Can I read a comment?
Sure.
Shelly said, I think it's a mixture of different things. I think some people are just evil, although I don't believe the people are born that way. Others, I think, may be chemical imbalance or brain trauma.
True.
Yeah, definitely.
Brain trauma is like one of the main things, right? And chemical imbalances in the brain, bipolar, some type of mental illness can also lead to that. So I made a mistake. You said the cousin. I said uncle. I don't know where I got that from. The uncle.
No, yeah, it was a cousin. It was his cousin.
So the cousin was the one in the Vietnam War that would show him the photo of it. Okay, and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with his situation, it just like I couldn't see no reason why he chose to do it. Another thing too, I was thinking about is I remember one of the women said that because if you looked at him, he had real nasty teeth, and I remember one of the women said his breath it stank really bad. So he could have suffered from being what's that word? Like he could have suffered from women not wanting him, rejection. He could have suffered from that a lot. That made him take what he wanted because of things going on. I mean, he wasn't a bad looking guy, but
no, I don't think that
his mouth was horrible. And
like a lot of serial killers that suffer from rejection from women, they mainly target women, which Ramirez did. And then also one of the reasons why they were able to figure out who he was or develop a profile for him is because of his teeth. He was going to a dentist and they found a card in the car. So he was getting that taken care of.
But he still attacked women with the nasty teeth before he even got that taken care of.
Yes.
Because I remembered his breath.
Yeah, I think
a little.
I don't know, like a lot of the rejection thing is mainly from what I've seen is who are serial killers who only attack women with like brutal violence, rape, torture, stuff of that nature that have rejection.
But that wasn't his thing.
No, he just was all over the place. I believe it was a combination of trauma, this fake sadism bullshit, and him thinking the world was so-called evil because I guess, I don't know, maybe mental illness. He's kind of really hard to figure out. Now that we're discussing it, I see your point of view that maybe it wasn't trauma. That's how I saw it, but maybe it was deeper than that. He was just an evil person.
Correct. Yeah, he was. And again, when you hear him talk about it, it's like, yeah, I did what I did. I don't feel no remorse for it. Like, it is what it is. And, and even when he was in court, he was putting up the signs of Satan, and hell, Satan, and things of that nature. So his mind was just very convoluted and all over the place.
The thing I get from him is he liked attention. From when you watch him be in the courtroom and everything, and then it's a crazy part that you had women writing him. He got married when he was in prison.
That's what I was about to say. Like he had a lot of women that liked him.
Yeah, groupies.
Yeah, so I don't know. Let me read another comment. Nikki said, I know this is kind of out there, but could it have been demon possession? I read that some demons can be detected through sting or sulfur smell, stench. Oh, through stench or sulfur smell.
Oh, okay, you know what? I don't know in this case, but I do believe in demon possession. I would tell you guys a story one day, but I'm so afraid to tell it.
Shelly said, I think also with him, he dropped out of school early, so there had been a lack of education, and he also heavily using drugs. Absolutely, yes. Ben said he was a sociopath. And Nikki said he had a big fan club. Absolutely. So
yeah, crazy. You're right, Shelly. When you're dealing with, like you said, a chemical imbalance, and you putting drugs on top of it, like he was using like heavy shit. So that's just a combination for
a disaster.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have stopped if he hadn't gotten stopped. He would have kept going. And again, like it was hard to figure him out. A lot of people we can say, oh, this happened, so this is what led him to do. But his situation, I guess because he's never discussed it and nobody really never knew his background that much, it's hard to figure out like why.
Yeah.
Bitch Tinker said, Personality disorders are usually the result of coping with trauma. Correct. Correct.
And there's so many different personality disorders. Girl, we
I
get to
think
that one day.
the drugs were psychotic type drugs too.
Oh, was it LSD or something?
Did he ever show any type of remorse? No, he
No.
did not.
Child, baby, no.
No, not at all. He did not show any remorse. That was the kicker. That's what was hard to figure it out. Like, okay, he liked doing what he did, and
He thought it was funny.
What it is. And he wouldn't have stopped if he didn't get caught. He would not have stopped.
No, he thought it was funny. He enjoyed the attention from the women and the news people and being in court. It was a whole. He reminds me of Ted Bundy with the whole show thing. Ted Bundy was another one. A lot of women.
Yeah, like
crazy.
How do women become attracted to serial killers? Do you think that they are an exception to the deviants?
No, honestly, I don't know why. It's the same thing. You have those women that get the prison pen pals. Or they have like women that meet these men and they're sending them money in jail. They sneaking drugs in it. I don't know why a woman or anybody would be attracted to any type of serial killer. They're like, what's that lady, Jodi Arias? She has men that are writing her. I think she got married. The one that killed her boyfriend.
I don't know. I think some people like to some people look to try to change someone or show their loyalty to them to where they may think, oh, I'm different and choose me, pick me, and I'll change you, or you could change me, or let me just show you what love really is. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Hi, Michelle's daughter. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I truly appreciate it.
And then you have people who are just as evil as that person is, and they're like, they're like-minded, and they're fascinated or intrigued by someone who commits those type of crimes. They want to hear details. Like there's been several serial killers who, drawings, writings, they sell them for millions of dollars.
There are some people that actually get off. Like they are attracted to that. Like they like to see that gruesomeness. That's like that turns some people on. I don't know why. I guess it's not for me to know because I'm not that type of person, but it does exist. Like,
Yes. This is off topic, but yes, I've dated women who are attracted to gruesome stuff. Baby, they like snuff films and stuff like that. I've had to suffer through watching some snuff films. Please don't call the cops and give me arrested. You can't prove it. You don't know if I watch real or fake snuff. But you know what snuff is, BB?
No, what is that?
That's good. You probably don't even know. It's a snuff movie. So
what is a snuff movie?
A snuff movie is somebody that's murdered. You're just watching a murder, a real murder. So I've known women that like to watch stuff like that. They're attracted to that gruesome and shit. They're the type of women I probably think would be attracted to a serial killer. And I know we're about to watch. You want to watch something interesting? I'm like, I'll try to smash. Next thing I know, I can't say what I saw in detail. I'm like, what the?
Wait, but did you continue to watch it, or did you say turn that shit off? Like, did you continue to watch it with them?
I gotta keep real. Yeah, I'm trying to smash. It wasn't somebody. Okay, so what it is? Okay, I don't want to go into details. It's an actual book, a crime that occurred in Australia, and there is a film out there of the murder, like a little short clip of the murder. That's what it is. It wasn't like actually somebody she saw, or you can get it on the dark web. Look, we want you deeper than this, okay?
Wait, somebody asked you a question. Nikki wants to know.
Yes.
Did you feel safe to be in a relationship after that?
I want a relationship. She's somebody I want to smash. Yeah, I didn't think she would kill me, you know.
Okay. Well, okay.
I mean, look, yo,
Look, no
look, I
judgment.
gotta tell you guys,
You know
I
I'm
keep walking.
judging. We don't judge. It might catch
Yo,
me. My facial expressions might be crazy because when I
yeah,
hear it, I'm just gonna give my natural expression, what I'm thinking, but I'm not judging. I might be shocked, but I'm not judging.
I would tell you guys a movie to not a snuff film, but the movie to watch that is about the snuff film. Just say, okay, it's an Australian picture about a murder, teenage boys. So I gotta say, Google that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You might be able to find it if you want to. I've had women. It's the listen to these tapes of what is it called? The the toolbox killers, the murder in the back of the van, the audio. I've heard that. I mean, you got women that like that type stuff, and I'll just be like, I'm doing all this to get some ass. Okay, we got another topic.
Yes. This is a total transparency channel. Yes.
Right,
Thank
damn.
you very
much.
Yes.
We're
not Michelle's daughter. We are not talking about murder movies, although they have made movies out of it, but we're talking about real life serial killers. And on that note, can we go to our next one?
Yeah. Because it's about to go left with me. Okay. So the next person we're discussing is Dean Corll, David Brooks, and Elmer Wayne Henley. Dean Corll is known as the Candyman killer, the Houston mass murders. Dean Corll killed up to 27, possibly more, boys. His two accomplices were David Brooks and Elmer Henley. So we're focusing on this because of the two accomplices, mainly Henley. So talking about childhood trauma and evilness, I believe Henley was just an evil person along with Dean Corll. Dean Corll used David and Brooks to recruit young boys and men to murder, torture, and kill. He would pay them $200. He bought David Brooks a Corvette, and they would also assist with the murders and the rapes. Henley killed Corll, and that's how it was discovered that the murders, serial murders, were happening. And I feel like the only reason why, I'm focused on, let's talk a little about David Brooks, because both of these two people are guilty. And David Brooks tried 20 times to get out of prison, parole, 20 times. He died of COVID last year in May 2020. Look, COVID is a terrible pandemic, but it hit the right motherfucker this time. See, this is why I don't do true crime videos. I'll be going to fuck off. It hit the right person that time. 20 times. He willingly lured these young children, two brothers, who were genitals were bitten off, tortured, watch each other. They made two young boys fight to live. You fight him. If you fight him, you'll live. I won't kill you. After that, they shot the boy and watched his friend get raped and then killed him. This is what he participated in. And this man tried to get out of prison 20 fucking times, out of COVID last year. May you burn in hell, bitch. Excuse me. So David Brooks also, at the time of the murders, got married and had a child. He knew exactly what he was doing. Okay, so let me talk about Brooks. We look at Brooks and Elmer Henley and also Dean Corll. No childhood trauma whatsoever. Dean Corll's mother was very protective of him. Little alcoholism with the father or whatever. Nothing too major. She married a wealthy man. They had a candy company. That he ran the candy company. That's how he was able to attract some of these young boys. That's how he met David Brooks. And David Brooks was friends with Elmer Henley. So basically, these two guys got together for Corll, and they recruited boys in the neighborhood. Friends, so-called friends. See why I tell my guy, baby, all the time, watch the little girls you hang with, because they'll set you the fuck up. Watch them little hoes, excuse me. The situation like this, because They thought, we're just gonna go to Dean's house and, use some drugs and party. No, more than that. Some of the boys were lured, for other reasons, not with drugs, because some of them were 13, 12, whatever. But so let me go back to Henley. So David Brooks and Henley are friends. So Henley also, no childhood trauma whatsoever. It's just evil. Very close to his mom. When he shot Dean Corll, now see, Henley has tried to get out of prison too. He's saying he's a changed man. Because he shot Dean. Henley only shot Dean. And if you ever see this, Henley, because you might watch a YouTube video from prison, you shot Dean. Nobody's going to say it. You probably heard it. You only shot Dean because he took away your fucking power. Because when I read that, Rhonda was okay. So let me break it down. The reason why he shot Dean, because Dean, it was a situation where Henley recruited one of his friends, and they brought a girl along with her. Her name was Rhonda. Rhonda was very close with Wayne Henley. They were like, she was like a big brother to him. She had been through abusive household, all that. So Dean is upset because the girl is there. He gives them drugs. They pass out. He ties up all three of them. This is the first time Henley has been powerless. He's in the victim's shoes now. Dean could do this to me. So he only killed Dean to take his power back. Now, when you listen to Rhonda, she tells her story. She said in her interview that she felt like Wayne, she asked him, well, what are you going to do about this? And that's when he shot him. But then he later told Rhonda that, I could have just shot you in the head and I would have still been free. After all that, she still went to the prison to visit him. If you watch the interview, there's a clip of him when he got caught. He's out on the phone with his mama. Mama shot Dean.
That right there was classic to me. Like, okay, so you have Dean, who no real trauma that I could figure out to make him want to murder people. He just was fascinated and he was homosexual. So I guess back in those days, being homosexual, of course, was a no-go. So a lot of homosexuals they acted out in so much aggression because they were not able to be free. So he was actually raping his victims and then strangling them, I guess, for them to never tell his secret. Because to everybody else, no one had not one bad thing to say about this man. He was a regular guy. He had a business. He worked every day. He was just a stand-up guy. But his fascination was with little boys. So he hooks up with Mr. Brooks, because he had this candy store. He lowered little boys to down in his store to play pool or whatever. He meets Brooks. Brooks and him begin a relationship. So Brooks knew what he was, but they had a relationship. So Brooks used to come see his father where Dean was at, and so he would where Dean lived at, his father lived at. So he would, as he's visiting his father, he would go and visit Dean. And so they conjured up this relationship. Now here comes the murdering. Now this is before Elmer comes along. They had been doing this before he came along. They was the partners, and they would lower these boys. And I believe they had this magic trick with handcuffs, and they would that's how they would get them. They would have them in the house and say, "Oh, let's do this magic trick." And clip one, and then he'll have the key in the back pocket, and then he said, let me see if I can get out." And then he would do him and see if you can get out, but he couldn't get out. But they didn't know David had a key to let himself out. So after the other guy would be handcuffed, that's how they would get their victims, to be able to do all these nasty things.
Yes.
So then after killing so many kids, they're looking for one, and the guy, they meet Henley. Henley is actually helping them look for this guy. That's how they met him. Yeah. And then when they meet him, hey, Mr. T. Hey, Mr. T. Velocity. Hey, HQG. Thank you guys all for joining in. I truly appreciate it. So when they meet Henley, they all become this trio now. Now they're all going, BB Nice, are you from NYC? I can hear the accent. I'm from Jersey. So pretty much same thing. We right around the corner from each other. So yes. So again, they begin this trio affair. And now all of them is lowering boys. And they're all doing it together.
For money.
Right. For money.
They're getting $200 a piece.
Correct. And let's not forget how Henley caught them in the act. That's how he found out. Was it Henley or Brooks?
No, it was Brooks.
Brooks. This is how Brooks
caught Dean in the act, and that's how he became a part of it. So Dean was already doing it. But see, this is what I can't figure out, right? How was Dean able to lure two boys? Because Brooks caught him with two young boys.
They was offering them drugs. I
feel like there's another accomplice for it that we don't know about.
Could be. My thing is,
I believe Dean started out in California. From what? But
who knows how many more bodies that they didn't find? Because they have been at it and they have been at it way before Henley. This is all Henley could identify was the 28 bodies.
So
but they have been killing before him.
So he's safe with his lying ass.
Lord, think about him.
The interview to me was total bullshit. He's a liar, manipulator. I want to know how you feel about the interview.
He should not get out. He said, "Mama, Mama." And the mama like, "Yes, I killed Dean." And the mama like, "Oh Lord." And she should have said what I'm thinking. She's thinking, "Oh Lord, I remember when you was killing cats and you was killing dogs in the yard. I should have said something then. I knew you had a problem, son. My boy. Anyway,
no,
she knew he was crazy because she didn't really flip out when he said that to him.
No, she didn't.
And now he's in jail and saying for 18 years, he only served 18 years and he thinks he's supposed to get out. He's reformed and he should be able to get out.
Well, his mom was visiting him regularly with Rhonda. And Rhonda was the girl that, asked him, "Are you going to do anything about this?" To let the potential victim, the one he was, supposed to assault.
Yeah.
So his mother loved the fuck out of him. His brother died afterwards. The last victim, the guy that wasn't a victim, he became a drug addict and addicted to alcohol to the point he would have shakes. So he ended up dying. These people that survived, lived, they suffered great trauma. Horrible.
Of course. I mean, who wouldn't?
If you guys,
these people, these Caucasians are crazy.
it ain't just Caucasians. I can go into some.
We talk about Caucasians tonight. We ain't even interested. We ain't talk about our brothers and sisters tonight. They ain't getting it today.
Baby,
it's about the Caucasians.
We talk about Sam Little and the Grim Sleeper.
I don't know who they are.
Black serial killers.
Well, we're gonna have to have another episode of black ones. Not today.
Stalker Strangler.
We're getting past today. We ain't thinking about blacks. We talking about the Caucasians today.
The Stalker Strangler. Ain't going on.
But guys, yes, that was like
it was a lot. Like, especially when you research it and everything. Like I knew a lot about the crimes and the victims and everything, but just revisiting it, and everything and the details of what happened. If you guys want to check it out, you can go you can go on Reddit if you really want the gruesome details of everything. But just be warned.
Nikki said, "BB Nice, we got quite a few. We sure do, but we ain't going to do them today. We ain't doing them. We cannot mix them. We can't mix them because not even they do this type of shit. Like, come on,
child.
28. You know they caught after 2. So no, I'm just playing.
No,
but
no.
I'm just saying. I'm joking about that. But 28 more.
Samuel Little, maybe over 50 plus victims. And they just caught him a couple years ago. The Grim Sleeper in Los Angeles. The guy in Ohio.
Oh, Lord.
Women, they have more victims than that. If you look at, I can go.
TC, are you still in the building? Because I don't mean to skip the subject. I do want to talk about something really quickly, Cobra.
I'm going on.
So, huh?
About the black serial killer. The serial killer, John.
Oh, you want to still talk about that?
No.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying about black serial killer. I can tell you about a duo of a male and a woman, a male and a female, like man and woman. But we're not gonna do that tonight because I can talk about this all night.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, this is my shit. True crime. Like I'm working on the racist killer that's coming soon. I'm gonna look out for that. The racist killer, the guy who's killing interracial couples and black young boys. So sniper. A lot of people don't know about him.
Yikes. Well,
working on that.
Oh, okay, Shelly. That's okay. That's okay. We're still here. We are still here. Thank you, everybody, again for hanging out with us to talk about little stuff. We talk about a lot of things, different conversations. But I do want to jump the conversation really quick because this was on my mind. Cobra, you wasn't in the live with Miss Bernadette Speaks earlier. She did a live about 30 years side chick.
Who's a side chick 30 years?
30 year side chick.
Was that a book or something?
T Velocity, you said, really? You want to keep talking about the stalkers? We can. Because, I mean, I don't mind. Black serial killer from Ohio just died. Lord.
Oh, he just died? Okay, yeah, that was the one. Well, see, this is the thing about that they really didn't care because the victims were like prostitutes and on drugs, so they really didn't investigate that guy. I mean, even the neighbors said they could smell the decaying bodies. There was like a stench coming from the home. He had videos of the murders. I have seen.
Wait, when was this?
I gotta look up the year. He had videos of the murders. I haven't seen the videos.
Was it more than 5 years ago? Was it within 5 years? Like,
hold on, let me look it up. No, I'm saying that.
No, drop it down. Drop down.
Please don't think I've seen the videos, okay? Cause y'all might be thinking, she didn't see some of these. I wouldn't watch anything like that, even though I watched the other. Never mind.
I can watch things of that nature, but not too much. I like kind of like, because something is just it doesn't go well with my spirit.
Oh, did you see the Netflix? You see the Netflix documentary about what is it, the Night Stalker? People were upset because of the graphic images, and it didn't bother me. I watched it and I was like, what is everybody complaining about?
Yeah.
I can't read it. I got my glasses on. I can't read it.
Well, no, see, this is the thing. Like, it's a whole nother conversation going on in the chat. And so, like I was telling you, Miss Bernadette was talking about 30 year side chick.
Oh, we talking about that? I thought she wanted to tell you about the.
No, it's so many different conversations going on. So.
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah, I know that's what makes it bad because you can't really see what's going on. But
I'm about to go on my phone. Okay, so his name is Anthony Sowell. If you guys want to look him up, it happened in let's see. Yeah, he just died. Yeah, he was arrested in October 2019 after 11 women were discovered in his home in the Mount Pleasant neighborhood of Cleveland. This is him right here. Yeah, there we go. creeps.
So again, when was those murders taking place? Like, I mean, you don't have to have the exact date, but like what year?
May of 2007 to 2009. Or September. So May 2009 to 2007 to 2009, where the murders took place. Possibly more. Why all these motherfuckers in the military? In the military, I'm making the military look bad. Come on now, I can't get with this.
Hey April, hey Vaughn, hey Boo.
I'm making the military look bad. Okay, so all right, so we talking about 30 of the side chick.
Yes. So Miss Bernadette had Miss Bernadette had a live today, a very, very good live. And it was going in so many different directions, but it was all good. I loved it. So it was being a side chick for 30 years. So I wanted TC to come up because she tried to call, she was like, she had a challenge for me about that. And I don't know what the challenge was, but I didn't want to do it on Miss Bernadette. And I was scared. I don't even know what she was talking about, but she said she was going to get me. And she was, she was not going to forget about this. So I honestly wanted to know what it was she wanted to do or talk to me about concerning it.
Okay, see, I see a question from Nikki. Are there any Black female serial killers? Yes. And I will at you who they are in just a moment. There is a duo, also the Freeway Phantom, I believe is accomplished with a Black woman, even though the case is unsolved. But I'll do my profiling thing. I have a channel. Occasionally I make a video, but I do my little profiling thing over there. My true crime videos, I be screaming and shit and cursing like I just did a moment ago by him. But because I get very passionate about this, I get upset. So she said, y'all, is Nikki still here? I'm gonna send you just a minute. Let me see. God, I forgot their name.
Yes.
Child, there are several. Also, you guys, we have an email address. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, please email us. Because sometimes, we want to, we would love to discuss whatever you guys like to talk about. Just hit us up.
Thank you, April. Oh, that made me feel good today.
So her name is Clementine Barnett.
Clementine Burnett.
Yeah, she killed 35 people between 1911 and 1912. Black woman, yep.
Now what? Black woman?
Yeah, Black woman serial killer. Somebody, Nikki asked for any Black woman serial killer. Yeah.
Ben said, oh wait. I wonder if the side gets 30 half the pension. Ooh, oh, we back to that.
And with the 30 years hard, somebody was a side chick for 30 years.
Let me see. I'm gonna add TC to the stream, okay?
It's crazy. We got like December's and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, Nikki, you still in here? I'm gonna add the name to you. You can check this out, bro. This is deep.
In 1984, age 21, Deborah Brown became involved in an enslaved woman connection with the serial rapist and killer Alton Coleman. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, her, and there's another one too. Send it to you. Yeah. So you know about the Alton and that woman that were killing kids and everybody that were going from state to state. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy, bro.
Were they on drugs?
Nah, they were just sick motherfuckers. They were a duo. The worst is the Barbie and Ken murders. That's the worst right there. Yeah, I'm almost at you, Nikki. You look at this lady right here.
Hey, TC, how are you today, tonight, this evening?
Don't play. Don't play with me.
Wait, what are you talking about? We're talking about
I'm still
serial killers.
my cup runneth over. Psalms 23. My cup runneth over.
Y'all gotta tell me what happened. So somebody was a side chick for 30 years.
No. So, but basically, it was just a topic in another chat. And good. How you doing, Miss Cobra? How you doing, BB? And good evening to the chat. It was just something that BB Nice. I had a challenge for Miss BB Nice, and you typed something in the chat that said that the you didn't really you were there have been people who have owned up and said that they might have been a side chick, and they didn't really care about, or they didn't have a feeling about the wife because they weren't really, they didn't know her. And so my question was, now, when do you have to know a person to have a feeling for the other person? And I want to just say, oftentimes we hear, let's later for YouTube, we can watch television and you can see something, and then you can say, you know what, wow, and you can feel for a person you don't even know. Okay, you never met, never ever gonna meet, ever gonna meet. So my question was, that slipped for me, for you especially, Miss BB Nice, because as Capricornus as we are, and as feeling, and as we are about reciprocity and feeling for other people, you see. Okay. I just found that very intriguing from you. Now, other people probably would say, okay, probably not. They probably don't feel anything for themselves. But you, I feel like you, of all people, I know that you feel for other people. You're such a compassionate, feeling sensitive human being. And so I just found that to be quite interesting, in terms of it coming from you. Again, like I said, coming from anyone else, I would probably expect that low vibrational kind of stuff, but not from you, BB Nice.
Okay, so as you know, Capricorns are like Pokemons. We evolve. Okay, so when I was younger, I did not care, because at the same time, yes, I knew he had a wife. He treated me like I was the only one when I was around him. And keep in mind, I was single. I had my own place. I had my own things, social gatherings and social thing going on. So I really didn't need one boyfriend to be around me all the time. Anyway, I had just the space that I needed. When it was time for him to go, it was time for him to go. So I did not think about his woman, because she wasn't a factor. And that is literally, seriously, how I thought about it. Now, when he had to go home, there were nights where I said, wow, he's going home to be with her. But I did not care. And that is the God honest truth. I did not care, because my own selfishness, my own selfish needs and wants superseded over anybody else's feeling.
Okay.
That's where I was.
That's understood. But see, you said it. You said it right. You said that when you were younger, that's where you were. And see, you see how easy that was? That was all it was. Don't play, and don't play like you were scared. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I don't come on here. I don't come on here. I don't come on here with the wild, because I have too many. I listen. I have too much at stake in terms of good people that are around, that watch, and I wouldn't, come on here to start any mess. You know what I'm saying? But I was just, interested, because I know that we don't necessarily have to be around a person to feel for the other person. we don't even have to know the person. Sometimes there's some things that happen here on YouTube, and it could be a very sensitive topic, a real sensitive topic. You know, people say that they had an operation, or they lost someone from COVID, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Now, that might not be something that has happened to me. However, I still feel for them, and I don't even know them, you know, that kind of thing. So, and that was where I was coming from, but you answered it solid as a rock, as a Capricorn, as the Capricorn you are.
Because that's literally where I was at. Miss T, you say you're confused. Well, the conversation was, it really kind of went into a lot of different directions, and it's like, you being the other woman, do you have an allegiance to, should you care about the wife? Should you care about the person to whom you're cheating with on? And I said simply at that time, no, I did not care. I didn't actually start to care until one, I realized, I don't know what happened, but at some point I got tired of being second. And I met someone who was going to treat me as number one, and he became my husband. So once I did that, I started to kind of shift, like, okay, it's time for me to stop. Then I started thinking about, oh, but anyway, he has a woman. Anyway, he has a number one. I'm number two. So if I don't have to be number two, why would I settle for being number two when I could be number one in someone else's life? And when I got with my now ex-husband, I was number one, and I started to actually think about, now I'm that woman in those shoes, and I don't want those things that I did to happen to me. Lo and behold, they did, but that's how I learned. Like, whoa, if you can dish it, you can take it. You better be able to take it.
So that's what it was. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to ask you the question.
No problem.
That's what we do when we challenge. We have fun with it, and it's just really, that's all it is. But I thank you. And Cobra, thank you for your for sharing your time. I'm gonna go back down to the chat and intermingle with the good people, and I will see you all later. And happy Black Women, well, I call it Black Women's History Month, but okay, Women's History Month. It could be anybody. So happy Women's History Month to you, Cobra. Happy Women's History Month to you, BB. You two are dynamic ladies, and you know, just keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I was responding.
It's okay, Cobra. She just had a question. I
was responding to you in the chat about the serial killers with Nikki, the women.
Miss Bernadette said, let me see what she said in the chat of an entire conversation, not the cherry pick. One thought typed in the chat. It was honest conversation, and I probably taken it personal. Yeah, no, actually, Miss Bernadette, you was protecting your chat and your live, which I do not. I commend you on that, because a lot of people would not have held that together, and it would have shifted, and not in a bad way, because me and TC have no malice towards each other. It would have been fun, but it would have been switched to us, and it was literally about everybody. So I appreciate you not doing that there. So I knew I was going to go live, and I could do it here, you know, briefly. But you know, I want to dive too much into that either, because Cobra wasn't there, and I don't want to not, you know.
I know what happened. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Like I said, you know, make a long story short, again, we were talking about being the side woman, and a lot of ladies were sharing, a lot of people that was in this chat was sharing different stories about how they feel about that. Were they once in those shoes? Were they the wife, you know, at that type of aspect? And I shared something, and it caught TC off guard, so she wanted to dive a little deeper into what I said.
I don't understand why people participate in that type of stuff. Just go ahead and come. Just be like me and be poly. There's no such thing.
So what's the good?
Does not exist.
Right. What's the ups and the downs about being poly, Cobra?
Just all ups.
It's all ups.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not. I can't really go into detail on here, but it's all ups.
Why not?
It's all ups.
Melissa said yes, because I was like BB nice as well. Yeah, a lot of women are, Melissa. Please don't let these goody two shoes fool you. A lot of women are going to be, if they haven't been, they will be in a predicament, knowingly or unknowingly, be a side chick, because it, unfortunately, men cheat. Men think that one woman is not enough. At some point, they're never satisfied. And look, you got a husband up in here and you think he is the cat's meow, kudos to you. I'm telling you my experience of what, I'm 46. I've been dating for over 20 years. And no, not 20. Yeah, I've been dating over 20 years. So I can seriously say, because I've dated both men and women, my experience with women was totally different from my experience with men. But even if the ones that I didn't date, I've always been around a lot of men, and the things that I hear them say, the things that they think is normal, does not consist of being with one woman. Now, at some point,
I got it. So, what is really different? Because I have friends that have dated both men and women, and there's no difference from what they tell me. A woman can be just as dark as a man.
Again, it's what you're attracted to.
If you might not have had that experience, but I know some women that have dated men and had a bad experience, and they went to women and they got dogged out even worse. And because they thought, a woman doesn't cheat, a woman wouldn't treat me like this. Shit.
It depends on what you're looking for. If you're trying to compare the two, that's a big mistake.
Well, you have women that do that. They feel like, and see, this was a topic we were gonna talk about, but I ain't really want to get into it because I'll get all like judgmental and start saying stuff. Because this serial killer thing was like last minute. I'm thankful BB for going with it, because it's originally going to be about like in the lesbian community, different type of issues or we can
definitely dive into that next week. I'm fine with that.
I don't want to do it because I'm gonna say some shit.
Miss T said, is that the same for same-sex women relationships?
I'm poly, so I don't know anything about side chicks and like that. Now, if the girl lied to me and she might have had a girlfriend didn't know about me, then I'm not the side. I mean, it's poly. We're poly, so she went my side chick. With my poly relationships, everyone knows about each other. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to work.
Miss Bernadette said her son is poly and has taught her a lot.
Yeah, well, see, when people think of poly relationship, they think of just a bunch of people sleeping together. It can't be that way. It can be one woman with two girlfriends, and all three guys are involved, meaning together, or you just have two girlfriends. You deal with this girl, you deal with that girl, or you be in a situation where you have your main girlfriend, you have two girlfriends, and each of you have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Or it could be, however you want your poly relationship to be. But poly means many loves. Now, I ain't saying I love none of them. LOV by LUV, maybe I care about deeply, but and it has nothing to do with sex. There's nothing about, I just want to have sex with a bunch of women. I don't got to be a relationship to that. I can just go out and smash whoever. It's not about that. It's about something deeper.
So let me just see if you agree, or is this something you've experienced? So Jay Dunn said, I have to disagree. In poly lesbian relationship, someone gonna get jealous because that's how women are. You kissed her longer than you kissed me. You had more passion when you looked at her. Is that something you've experienced, or yeah, not yourself, but with someone that you were in poly with?
In the beginning, my terms and conditions, we keep everything separate. So no one sees so all right. How can I explain this? No one sees the other person, okay? If that makes sense. I'll ask you more questions.
Okay.
So it's not like we all get together and hang out.
Right. It's not one big orgy.
It's separate, but there's an understanding that I am dealing with someone else. You're dealing with someone else. So
that's more like an open relationship, pretty much.
No, it's polyamorous. It's still poly because we're in an open relationship would be two people just, having sex or whatever, or we're in a relationship. There's a difference between a poly relationship and an open relationship. Open relationship to me would be like two people together and they might sleep with other people or fool out other people. We're actually in relationships.
Okay.
So that's from what I've understood poly to be.
Shelly said, I hear more drama with the women on women. I don't know. And Ms. Bernadette said, at Cobra, I've been hurt by women in relationship more than men ever have.
See, that's what I've heard some of my friends say. Like a woman would cut you deeper from what I've heard than a man.
People that I know that cheat, this is from Bench. People that I know that cheat say it's never anything against the man. They do it because of the sides making themselves available. And you got a point there. I mean, I've heard cheating. Miss T, what do you mean? I've heard men say, wait a minute, give me a second. I'm missing something here. Wait, I missed them. Ooh. Okay, Nikki said, women have lots of drama in their relationship. I would have thought that women would be better because we have better communication skills. Let me tell you why that is a no-go, Nikki, because the difference is like we are emotional. Women are emotional. Everything we do is emotions. We deal with emotions, and men deal with facts. They don't deal with all those emotions. So that's why it works. The communication level kind of works better with men and women because women on women are dealing with a whole lot of emotions, and it's like no one wants to give in. Whereas a man will just hear what they want to hear and get rid of the rest, if that makes sense.
Okay, so like this.
Ms. Bernadette. Okay, so, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get through the comments and stuff because people are asking questions.
What are you saying? Let me see.
But I wouldn't have it any other way. Ms. Bernadette said, I wouldn't have it any other way. I've dated men. I haven't dated men in over 10 years. Ms. Bernadette, I agree. I have not dated men in 5 years, and I have no desire for it at all. And kudos to everybody that do. I'm not knocking it. It's just something I don't prefer. And Bernadette, Shelly says, at Miss Bernadette, my good friend was married to a man and that went left. Now she dates women. It's nothing but nonstop drama. Correct. That is the truth.
I've had friends tell me that. I'm like, and they'll ask me, I'm like, why? I'm like, if you're not really gay, if you don't really like women, you don't need to come to this side. You're not ready for what you're about to experience. And I'm not introducing you to it. Don't ask me. I'm not hooking you up with anybody. Because when shit go left, I'm coming to my damn throat. Like honestly, like I have a close friend. She got involved with the girl I used to deal with, sister, and that has fucked her up ever since. She will not talk to another woman. She's so fucked up in love with that girl. It's crazy.
I can remember being hurt by I was in a relationship with a woman and she hurt me so bad that I vowed to never date women again. I started dating men again because of this one woman. Like, she hurt me so bad that I literally was crying. Like, I'm not gonna be crying over no damn woman. And I just stopped wanting to date women for many years. But it was out of hurt. It really wasn't something I wanted to do. I did it out of anger and out of hurt. Miss Bernadette said, but just like with men, you get the good and the bad. I have also dated crazy women. My fiance now has never raised her voice, and we actually never disagreed.
Is there any
interesting?
Is there any queer women in the chat or listening that has never dated a man?
I think TC, I'm bringing you back up here. Cobra asks, are there any queer women who's never dated a man? Would that be you, TC?
Yeah, I wonder if it's anybody else.
I'm not queer. What's that?
Queer, lesbian, gay, queer.
I know, but that's a whole nother. I'm lesbian. I mean,
okay, let's call it.
I'm quirky. I'm quirky in my own way. I'm queer in some other ways, I'm sure. I'm just a lesbian.
Yeah, okay.
Regular schmegular. I've dated, yes, I have dated men. I've had sex with men before. Yeah, definitely. But after I got turned out by the woman and she just took me to a whole nother level, it was amazing, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
So you got turned out, or you were already into women, or did you get turned out and turned out?
No, I wasn't.
See, this
no, I wasn't. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've probably always been into women, but it was just that one that really brought some things out of me that I did not know that I had. And when she did, it was like, it was her touch, it was some things, and it went to a whole nother level. And I've never wanted to be with a man after that. It was just the most beautiful, awesome thing.
So before that, you never looked at a woman like that? Before that?
No, I was dating men. And I mean, you probably, like, I can remember, like, when I was in elementary school, I had crushes on teachers. I remember that. I even, as a cat, I would do things like I would want to buy them gifts, and I just kind of just fluffed it off as I was just a nice giving person. But I'm a Capricorn. I like to keep my money. I don't really go out and do all of that kind of stuff. So
you feel like you were born a lesbian, or you just got turned out and now you like women?
I think it was always there and somebody brought it out of me. Yes. I think it was always there. Absolutely.
See this why can't I was confident. This is judgmental shit I have with me, BB. That we were gonna talk about, but I said I didn't want to do it. My friend told me don't do it because you know how judgmental you can be and how you be going. Don't do it.
Jay Dunn has never dated a man either. Just want to let you know that, you guys know that. So it's two of you guys.
I don't like. Here's my thing. Listen, if you have some insight and some things that you want to say, I don't have a problem with things like that. I find that people are like, listen, we grown behind ass people. I mean, we can gag and roast people, do all these other kind of things. Let's have some really meaningful conversation, and there's things that we can learn from each other. As a matter of fact, I came on to ask you a question, Cobra, because you brought some things to light that I am so happy to hear when you talked about the polyamorous, and you said that in those relationships, it doesn't mean that it's all sexual. So you can have many loves, but it's not all sexual. Is that correct?
Yeah, but Cobra also says she's never been in love. So
no.
Well, no. I understand that, but I'm just saying that in those relationships, oftentimes oftentimes people may equate polyamorous relationships to be like polygamy, if you will, or even in polygamy, it's not always sexual. There is business and business contracts that are involved, even in those types of marriages. But you're saying it's a love, and sometimes you can love someone and not be sexual with them, correct?
Yeah, it's an type of love.
And you know what? Listen, I mean, that I must be polyamorous because I have a lot of sisters that I love dearly. They're my sisters. They're my true sisters. There's nothing that we won't do for each other, and there's nothing that we won't help each other to try to achieve. And we're our own little cheerleaders, if you will. And but there's only one queen that I'm with, and sexually, and that's it.
I could. I mean,
she would probably kill me. But
I mean, not that. Like I said, poly about being sex, but I couldn't see myself having sex with the same woman.
But you said it's not always about the sex.
I said it's always about sex, but I couldn't see myself,
right?
You know, forever. Like I gotta, you know.
Well, yeah. I've been with mine for 17 years, so it's still the same like it was yesterday or the first day. It's amazing. And yeah, we have a whole lot more to go. A whole lot more. And it's better now. No, we are not married on paper. No, but spiritually.
You thinking about marriage?
We have some other things. Not necessarily.
That's a long time.
No, it's we're already married.
Shelly said, for me, I've dated men, married men, and I've dated men, married men, and what worked for me is friendship. Me and my husband started as friends first, and then dated, and then married.
Right,
correct?
Right.
That's the order.
Friends.
That is the order.
Yes. That's the order. In the order of, Shelly. That's what I'm talking about. Friends.
That's the order that a lot of us skip over. We first date, then we don't even know each other, and then we get married, and then we get to know each other and find out we don't even like each other. So the order that you just laid out for us, Shelly, is absolutely correct.
Friends first.
And in a relationship, they're gonna be ups and downs. There are always gonna be trials and tribulations. And you work hard. You work hard at your investment. I consider this to be my time, my money, my resources, and hers as well. And this is an investment. However, we in the order of as friends, but then we spiritually bonded at a whole nother level. I think some things and she'll do it. She'll think some things. I automatically do it.
So why do you want to get married? Connection. So like, why don't you want to get married?
We haven't really, we've been together so long that it's fine. It's no biggie.
Melissa said, I always get beat up about this subject, but I don't believe in that relationship. Google-eyed love.
What?
Like the googly eyes, like just, oh my God, I just fell for. Well, okay. Melissa, that's kind of like how I fell in love. Like seriously, like when I met my woman, I was head over heels, and seriously, like still there. I mean, we fight like cats and dogs, but I'm just like over the moon.
I never felt that feeling. Like I've been caught up in the newness, if you want to call it that, but never like head over heels like love. Like I've never been in love before.
And that's okay. It's just not your time. You just haven't found that person, and there's no right time. It's just that you haven't. And you know what? Even in this lifetime, you may not find that person here in this lifetime, and you just be okay with that, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with it. I mean, there's a lot behind it that I'm not willing to discuss on here. but there's some stuff behind the poly thing, and why I don't believe in monogamy. That there's some shit with it.
Let me see. What else? Let me see. Miss Bernadette said, I believe in full-on passion, red hot love, calm peace, safe love as well.
What'd she say? What? She said, see?
She said, I believe in full-on passion, red hot love, and calm peace, safe love as well.
Okay. Red hot passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I respect everyone who's in a relationship, and some people are in relationships for many different reasons. I'm in no position to tell you, oh, I don't believe in the reason why you love this person or why you're with this person. No. It all works. If it works, it works. Honestly, this might sound crazy, but I fall in love with my husband over and over again. Every few months, we are back at the honeymoon stage, and we've been almost 10 years. Absolutely. And let me just say this. You will not know what that is until you're in it, because so many relationships I've never been to that where I'm at now.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay. Yes.
Like one of the questions that was highlighted on the screen, I couldn't read it.
Let me see. It wasn't the one I believe in full on love, right?
No, it was.
It was
Tabasco.
Was it when you're in a relationship? When you are in a relationship and she laughs at your jokes and you ball your face up and be like, "Why the hell does she laugh like that?" Then she wasn't your friend first.
No. I don't know. They could just be joking,
Alyssa said, I don't believe in it. I'm 46 years old. I've been married and divorced, and I care about my husband and boyfriend the same way I do about my daughter and parents. Then, my dear, I would say you just haven't experienced it. I cannot say that it's not possible or it doesn't happen. All I can say is that you just haven't experienced it. Now, will you ever? Who knows? You never know who you're going to meet eventually. You too, Cobra. You have no idea what's ahead of you in your life. Like, you can try and fight it.
I love my friends to death. I love my god kids, stuff like that. So I am capable of loving. But like as far as like a partner, I don't care if I love them or not. Like in the future, all I really want to do in the future right now is smash. Y'all don't like the fuck. Let me stop.
No, I mean, of course.
Let me say this. I love smashing too. However, I'm not different people and their fluids and all these women and their spiritual stuff that's going on, and they're crazy and they're cuckoo bananas, and it comes off on me and that shit jump on me and blase to the blase, negative, absolutely negative, not because no. So I keeps it like this. I'm very, 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 very happy with the intimacy, the smashing, the hot passion, the coddling, the foreplay, all of that. I'm fine. I'm fine, and my queen is fine. There's some, we come up with newness kind of things. Because she's a tad bit more exploratory than me. But I'm not smashing everybody. Okay, I don't want to. They're cuckoo.
Okay, so let me explain something. When please don't think I'm putting my mouth on everybody. There's a certain, I'm not gonna go into details, but there's a certain way things are done. Okay.
I agree. It should be.
A lot of people, when they think of lesbian sex, they think it's just, somebody eating pussy. This is more, just please don't think that's what y'all listening with. That's what's going on.
No, because actually fluids can be anything. Just laying beside someone, you exchange things. Okay, when you kiss, you exchange. When you're, there's a plethora of fluidity things that I'm speaking of, and it just doesn't have anything to do with the genitalia.
Yeah,
there are other things. So I'm talking about just even let me just say this, even my space, my time, my breath, that's why we have masks on, because folks have all kind of stuff that's going on with them and viruses in their body, and they're not hygiene and things of that nature. And there's a lot, just like that we can see viruses, there are spiritual things that we can't see that be jumping off on folk. Not me, not I can't, I won't, I'm not. I know me, my queen's crazy stuff, she knows mine. We got this, that's it, and that's all I can deal with at this point, and that's all I'm going to deal with.
And anybody out there that's just smashing, just remember remember to always clean your harness. Okay.
Shelly said, I noticed a few things about Leos and Aries. Please share. If you want me to drop the link, I could do that too.
Leos and Aries. Who's a Leo? Who's the Aries? I don't know.
Yeah, who's a Leo and an Aries? Who's that?
Well,
I don't know anybody that's Aries.
I don't know who's I'm not sure who's a Leo in here, but I know Melissa is an Aries. And let me see. Wait a minute now. And Jay Dunn said, I went through the smashing phase and met my match in a girl that squirted way too much every single time. I really thought she was peeing on me. I had to slow my roll on just smashing after that. Oh.
I think squirting is piss. That's just me. I think it's piss.
It's not.
I think it's piss, and I'll knock you in the throat if you squirt on me.
It's not.
You just ain't about to be pissing all over me. Is you serious? I would choke you. That is piss.
Y'all, you know what? Y'all, you see how we're gonna take this to a whole nother level? Oh, I love it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Like the title, Dean Corll and Night Storm, and they start watching. Okay, and then get to the 30-minute mark. What the fuck?
Yeah, squirting. Yeah,
you know how you know it's not urine? You know how you know it's not urine? Because usually urine has a stench afterwards. So if you squirt and it gets on, something or whatever, and you don't smell it readily, and I mean, even if you take off your sheets and all that stuff, if you don't smell it, then it's not urine. Urine has an ammonia that's mixed in with it.
If you drink a lot of water, then it don't have like a smell to it. I think it's piss.
Well, even if it is urine, it has ammonia in it, and it will have a stench to it.
I mean, like if you
Ms. Bernadette says she thinks squirting has urine residue.
Okay, like if somebody want me to piss in their mouth, piss on them, that's cool. But you gotta let me know. Nobody, but nobody is.
You know what?
Nobody's pissing on me.
Okay, golden showers. Here's the
yeah.
No, not that situation. No, like the girl wouldn't let me up. And I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And she's like, just piss in my mouth. I was like, what? I go to the bathroom. She wouldn't let me up.
Oh, wait. Whoa, wait. Okay, that's different.
I didn't go full stream. I didn't want to drown the hoe. I just, I slowly let it leak out. She swallowed. I went to jail for that. I explained to the cops, but she told me to piss on the mouth. I just went full stream. Wow. And she on her back, so she couldn't.
I don't.
Okay, okay. You know what?
Too much for me. And the chat is talking about signs. Because she's a Pisces, and Miss Bernadette said,
Pisces,
love some Pisces lady.
Oh,
yes,
my brother is a Pisces.
My woman is a Pisces. She just celebrated her birthday Sunday.
I used to.
All right.
I used to talk to Pisces. Oh my God. Ugh.
It's a lot of things going on with what you say? What was wrong with the Pisces?
It might have just been her. Like she didn't want to do okay, we didn't like the same things. We're getting to know one another. So like she wanted to go to the bootlegger house and gamble, which is cool. I like bootlegger house every now and then. But like I want to go to open mic night, to the museum. And I felt like taking her to the places was like torture to her. She wasn't really into that. She didn't like art or nothing. She's want to play like Madden and shit all fucking day. God.
She wanted to go to the speakeasy.
And and then she wanted to like she used to date this girl, and the girl like she adopted. Well, she was like she playing stepdaddy and shit. That was a problem too. Like she was dating this girl, and she met the girl right after she had the baby. The baby father died, so she became like the parent. And I would go see her, and the little girl be there. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And we're supposed to be going out. Why have to keep her this weekend? So you're keeping her this weekend, but the girl is out, or we can't go do what we gotta do because you take care of the kids. Man, I cut that shit off so fast. I never forget. She was in the park one day. I'm like, who you in the park with? She said, little girl's name. I'm like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I'm like, you ain't nobody's mama. You ain't pushing no baby out your pussy. I'm not dealing with this. I'm out. I'm not dealing with this shit. You are supposed to be available to hang out when I fucking want you to be able to hang out. And this kid is getting in the fucking way.
I'm at Shelby.
Now, you know what? You know what? There you go, Cobra. I think we need to talk about that, sis. I think we need to get these femmes in check. Because let me tell you something. Listen, you in a relationship, then here's the thing. If we're in a relationship, we get it started. I don't want to meet your daggone children. Why you turn off, BB? What's up?
It wasn't her child. It was her. The girl child.
You see what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That That's not your kid. Why you take care of that kid?
Hey,
I don't got time for you to be playing step. Hey, that's such a time for you playing stepdaddy.
Hey, Shelly.
I'm not with that. No.
Stepdad.
I'm not.
TC, behave yourself.
I'm gonna try, Shelly.
I'm not gonna stay up here long. I don't want to incite no bad negative energy and some of my enemies to find out where I'm at over here, start coming over here trolling y'all. But listen, let me tell y'all something about Aries women, and this is just how I feel about them. A little astrology, but then also what I've noticed in Aries women. In my opinion, they seem to be a little disconnected when it comes to love. Like I had a friend, right? She was an Aries, and her and her boyfriend, they had some issues, and she moved out, and they have been together for like 3-4 years. Something like that would have me devastated, feeling some kind of way. 2 weeks later, she was living with a whole new dude. She wasn't really concerned with getting to meet his family. She was just so disconnected. And I realized and maybe not all, but I find that Aries women and Leo's women tend to be very disconnected when it comes to relationships. They can be in one, but I never see them completely giving their self. And I don't know if that comes from a place of hurt and protection. I don't know if it's because they're so they always think this, something's up, But I know with Aries men, I'll never date another Aries man ever. They are controlling. They are possessive. They are jealous. Now they will give you their money. They'll give you some money now. They'll give you their last dollar. But at what cost? You knocking me upside my head? I don't think so. So Aries men can be a little that fire with the Aries. Once they get really ticked off, I can't deal with that with the Aries. I will tell you one thing: Aries women or the men, they really don't take advantage of people. If they need something, they ask you just for what they need, and that's it. They'll get back what they don't need. They operate under that spirit. It's not that they're bad people. They're good people. Do they love people? Yes, they love people, but not in the way that you would expect somebody to love you in a relationship. So that's just where I'm going with that. It says you're right. I disconnect out of and it could be a part of being hurt, because we all, whether we know it or not, we put up boundaries a lot of times based off of past experiences and past situations. And I know this doesn't sound too good. My husband hates when I say this. I've never been faithful before. You know what I mean? Before I got with my husband, I always, I just after a while I had to tip and dip or whatever. And with him, I think because we were friends and we talked about every and anything, we were those kind of friends, you know what I'm saying? And then we got together. So now, no matter what happens, I always view him as my friend first. And it's like, I can't hurt him. I can't do that. So I don't even think that way. So I literally fall in love over and over and over and over again. And we're actually next year going to renew our vows and get remarried or whatever. And I was married before, and even though me and my ex-husband, we had my two oldest kids, and our relationship was so unhealthy and so toxic. But now we're the best. I mean, we all go out to dinner together and all that kind of stuff. That's what I was talking about earlier today in Miss Bernadette's chat. But I do think with Aries, I think it's maybe they're just more guarded as in people, because even my Aries friend, there was a girl, she used to be so suspicious of everybody. Like, don't deal with that person. Don't deal with that person. They up to no good. This person is like, that's just how they are. They're not all that trusting, all like that. And it takes them a while to really love. But when they do, it's not on the level of what you would think. I've seen Aries women date men, and it's different. It's something that I'm not too, maybe because I'm a Pisces and we're more like emotional and we're all about love and all that kind of stuff. What signs are you? Cobra, what's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, Aquarius. Okay, you're a psychopath. And then
yes.
Baby, She like you ain't came up with my panel to disrespect me.
You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: like the first half of the show about the serial killers, that was all me. Yes, I am.
Yep. I could believe it. I mean, Aries are. Listen, Michael Jordan is a Aries, and they're very talented people, but they're psychopaths.
Aries or
Aquarius? Aries or Aquarius? She's Aquarius.
Yeah, Aquarius. Yeah, they're psychopaths.
I'm a Capricorn. Me and TC. Capricorn.
Oh Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Capricorn, baby.
Girl, drama.
I don't like
Capricorn Nation.
Capricorn.
Drama queen.
Slow and steady wins the race.
They're drama queen. I don't know why. My best friend is so extra. But I love her.
Yeah, they are extra for no good reason.
Yeah,
but because we're the Shelly, we are the alpha and the omega of the zodiac. It begins and ends with us. Don't get mad at me or to God. Okay?
See what I'm talking about right here.
So Shelly, let me ask you this, because my fiance is a Pisces. How do you think that relationship is working?
You said the person you're dating is a Pisces?
Yeah.
That's a good match.
Well, I will say this: men Pisces are a little bit different from women.
But
Oh, is it a woman?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
have.
well, you good to go then. You good to go. It gets no better than a Pisces woman. I mean, goddamn, what else y'all want me to tell you? I mean, a Pisces woman, she got to be the best.
My little brother.
I know that's right.
What do you feel about like?
But let me tell you this. Let me give you this warning about a Pisces. A lot of times, no, this is some serious shit about it. Well, first of all, we crazy as fuck. Let's get started with that. But also, Pisces women, and we have a tendency to do this. Sometimes we put up with a lot of stuff, or maybe it be some things that we don't like. But when we are finally fed the F up, we are fed up, and it ain't nothing that you're going to tell us. It's nothing that you're going to say. It's nothing that you're going to do that we are going to be willing to work it out with you. Nope. Once you lose us, you have lost us. We are gone. We're taking our toys home. We don't want to play no more. Okay. The best thing you can do with a Pisces is keep them. Let me ask you this. The girl that you're dating, does she constantly need reminders of how you feel about her?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See what I'm saying? And see, that's one thing about a Pisces woman. We need reassurance, even if we know what it is. Like, my husband literally goes to work and he comes home. We're together unless he's at work. We're always together. But I still need that reminder.
Yep. She has no problem with us being together 24/7, 7 days a week. Listen, I am trying. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I got some of my ears cold.
Hey, Melissa. She does not have a problem with us being together 24/7, 7 days a week. And she wouldn't have it no other way. It's not about nobody else. It's just me. Me being a Capricorn now, I have to fly sometimes. Sometimes I need to spread my wings, and not in a bad way. I just have to get out. And every time that happens, it's always a problem. Always a problem.
Always. Yes.
The time before, she said it ain't no problem. You good until that time comes.
And then it's a problem.
And then it's a problem all over again. And I'm like, we just had this conversation. Like, what aren't you getting? You know what? Forget it. Do what you want to do because you're going to do it anyway.
You will wreck your brain trying to figure out a Pisces. We are very complex. We are very hard to kind of put together at times. But at the end of the day, you have someone who's not going to like completely just dog you out, because we don't really do that, especially when we really when we really love somebody. When we're all the way in, but when we don't have that reminder.
When I call her out on her crap, she always had the nerve to say, you're the only person that always have a problem. I find that very hard to believe. I promise you I do.
Well,
we say stuff like
Capricorns. Capricorns are a tad bit pessimistic at times, and so we are, and so we'll see the half full glass, sometimes empty, but we have to work on really seeing the glass half full, because really that's where the blessings that's where the blessings really are. So it's definitely something to work on.
Melissa,
and she's a pessimist, and I get on her nerves because of of the way I act sometimes.
Does she get on your nerves, Cobra?
Yeah. But I love her. She's on my nerves with all that proof shit. You know what I'm telling you, when we go out, how she get, I mean, girls, have fun. Like, chill out.
Melissa, what do you have to add to this conversation, love? And thank you for coming up.
Well, I didn't want to sound crazy because of the whole love comment. But what I'm saying is, I believe in loving people, but I don't believe in the whole quote unquote in love. You know what I mean? It's like I was saying in the chat, when I first meet a guy and they're brand new, and your heart skips a beat when you see his name on the caller ID and all that stuff. But after the new wear off, I'm just like, okay, I love him like I love my family. So I just don't believe in that whole, maybe it's romance. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a fan of or have a feeling of romance. But in my defense, I did grow up with all boys. So, they look at things differently. I'm the only girl. But I don't know. I feel like if you get to the point where I love you like I love my family, you done made it. Be happy with that.
I think that's good.
So I think, Melissa, let me just say this. I think you're just getting caught up in the semantics, because at the end of the day, it's the behavior.
Right.
Right. And oftentimes,
my thing is what people have a problem with is when I say, well, yeah, I love him like I love my mom and dad. And they're like, no, it's a different type of love. I'm like, no, it's not. It's the same.
No, they're wrong.
Well, let me just say this. Let me just say this. In the English language, we do use this word love loosely for everyone. If you go to other languages, there is love for God. There's love for your children. There's love for your mother and your father. There's love for your brethren and your sister. There's love for your loved one. And they are different because when you're with that loved one, that partner, there's sex involved, there's intimacy. So you're not having sex with those people in your family. So I think that's what people may mean when they say it is different. Howsoever, it is important. I say it all the time, and Shelly just reiterated it, to be friends first. It is so important, and it's the best thing. And Shelly, when you said that you and your husband, I guess, become born again, or like every 3 months or every 6 months or whatever, that's a very healthy way to approach it. That's the very healthy way to look at a partner, sexual, intimate relationship.
Well, see, I don't relate sex with love or intimacy. I think sex is just sex.
No, well, sex, you don't relate it to love, and it is separate. Howsoever, when you have a partner or when you have a husband or wife, you are having sex with them. That differentiates your relationship with your sisters and brothers, your children, your mother and father. That's what I'm saying. There's the line of demarcation.
I guess to me,
Miss Bernadette has a question for Cobra. Sorry, she wants to add. No, did you? Okay, you've seen it.
Yeah, I want to answer it. Yes, and I want to know, how did you know? Because a lot of people assume, the labels that I'm feminine. But yes, I am.
Well, shit, I just found out today what Pillow Princess actually meant.
Oh, you know what I mean? That's a person that doesn't give, they just receive, they just lay on their back and be lazy and boring.
No, that's me. So I am a Pillow Princess, so whatever.
See, that's why I don't want to hear the conversation, because I'm going, I'm just saying.
And I don't deal with Pillow Princesses if they don't get, listen.
Neither.
Listen.
They're boring.
No. And if they don't get down with the get down, then they got to get off and get over and go. Bye.
But BB,
gonna put the person out.
I don't feel like you're really a Pillow Princess.
Who, BB?
Because BB, you've done it before, right?
Yeah, I have.
So you ain't no Pillow Princess.
So you not no Pillow Princess?
No,
I am. Now I am.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. It's not.
Why are you hiding?
In your relationship, you might be like you just, for your partner's sake. But you're not no Pillow Princess. You're down to, a Pillow Princess is a woman who is not down to do it at all. She just want to lay on her back and receive. She's not giving.
Like somebody in a cemetery at the funeral home. Shout out, anybody got time for that?
Thank you.
Listen.
No, that's definitely not.
I want to say this to Melissa. I think They don't. Melissa, do you have young children?
I have a 10-year-old.
Okay, there go the problem right there. That's the
What?
problem. Not the problem. I'm not saying
What?
the kid's the problem. Okay. When I was married previously, right? My ex-husband, we had 2 children together. I feel like, I mean, we get it in and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like our relationship was so different because we had so many different responsibilities. You ain't thinking about falling in love over and over again when you think about the electric bill and the kids got to be at daycare and the kids got to go to school. All my kids are grown at this point. So we have more time to just do different things and just enjoy each other. Not that when we met, my 2 younger, my kids were elementary, middle school, high school, kind of like that. But still they were a little bit older. When my kids were younger and I was married, it was like, I know he's getting off of work, but I'm stressing to get the dinner cooked, house clean, give kids a bath, try to get them settled down so that when daddy gets home, you know what I'm saying, we can have a conversation, hear about his day. It's just a lot harder when you have younger children in the house. And that's just something that I noticed myself. It was just different. Even when we separated and dating and having younger children, trying to find a babysitter, or even if the kids don't have school on the weekends, you still have this responsibility. Right now, if I want to fly to West Africa tomorrow, we can do it and stay gone for a whole month, and it really just doesn't matter. So it may not really be that you can't do it. It might be your circumstance. I think your circumstances are playing a part in your situation. But if you're with someone, if you're married to them or whatever.
I'm 46, so I didn't have my first child until a week before I turned 36. So all that time before then, when I was in relationships, I mean, it was the same thing.
Same thing? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. To me, I'm just like, if you got the love that I give my family, that's the highest form of love that I can give people. Or like my really, really close friends, meaning I'd give you my last, I'll be there, I'm like, that's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. So I'm gonna
true,
and that's what a friend is. I mean, that's what relationships are, is having your back, is being there when, it's all of those things. The differentiation is, of course, you're having sexual course of some sort.
I guess, like, to me, it's like saying sex is like bowling or tennis or something like that. That's just an activity that you do with somebody, but you ain't gotta love them to do it.
What you was about to say, Cobra?
I'm reading something that Bernadette said. She said she was a pillow princess because she didn't like the chick box. Really?
Right.
Because what? Because what, Cobra?
Because she didn't like the chick box. She was a pillow princess. That's not right. If you don't
You
like
know
the
what?
box,
All pillow princesses to the left, to the left.
no, she said she didn't like what the box looked like, but you like the head. But you didn't like what the box looked like. I mean, all vaginas look different. I like,
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna jump back into the chat. With Melissa, I don't think it's anything wrong necessarily with the way that you feel at all, because we all feel different ways about different stuff. But I do think it's always a reason why a person feels that way. And honestly, I wish I was the kind of person that could feel that kind of way, because I think you would protect yourself from getting too hurt. So I don't know. But I don't think it's, and it may just be whomever, you haven't ever found that particular person that would make you get butterflies in your stomach after whatever amount of time. I'm not for sure. But it's the first time I've ever heard somebody say that. But
I've been told it, so it could be that I just haven't met the person yet. But I'm just like, I don't look at it as a bad thing, because, like I said, if I love you like that, it's not
a bad thing.
That's the best love I got for you. And I saw Nikki ask the question about.
Yeah, my ex friend was just like that. She was very cutthroat.
What you say, Melissa?
Nikki asked, she said, so if you are interested in someone and they have sex with another person, would you feel some type of way about it? Well,
Ooh, that's
I
a
was
good
married.
question.
I was married, and my husband did cheat. And it was just the fact that, and I think I would feel this way with family and friends too, it's the disloyalty. That was my issue. Like, we supposed to have each other back, and you out there entertaining with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was, but as far as like getting a divorce and moving on, I ain't gonna say it was like snatching off a Band-Aid or anything, because we had been together for a while, but once I moved on, that was it.
Let me tell you,
it was
one of my issues with the loyalty. Yeah, nobody wants to have a disloyal person. One of my things why I could never accept like cheating, in my mind, if I know you done stepped out there, we in the bed, I'm gonna be thinking, oh, you did her like this. Wait a minute, did you do? I can't wrap that shit around my head. I can't be bothered.
I can't.
And I've been on every
either
side of it. I have been cheated on. I have cheated. I've been a side chick. All the stuff Miss Bernadette was talking about earlier today, I've been all of those things.
Okay.
I've been on every side of it, and yeah.
I have
So I'm gonna go ahead and go back down there in the chat. You know, I always have to drop a gem. BB, whenever you're doing this, I don't know if you're on the YouTube as well. Make sure that you're always, maybe not on the same device, but on another device on YouTube, so that when you're doing your watch hours, you will get account for that too. Instead of just being on the StreamYard, make sure you and your panel hosts have a device on your YouTube channel as you're doing your show, so you can get more watch time and stuff for it. There you go, right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna check because I have my laptop. This is the only way I'm able to see the chat. I can never.
That's what I do when I'm on there instead of looking down. Okay, I'm gonna go back in the chat, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Shelly.
And I will return. Well, I'm gonna return anyway. But if you guys ever do, Aaron Hernandez, the Hernandez brothers, and Gypsy Rose, I would love for you guys to do those crime things, because I have a lot to add to those stories.
Okay.
You didn't hear about Gypsy Rose?
I think I have. It's been so many. I gotta like look it up. You know, I'm so.
Let me see, Dixie Rose. The HBO show of it is on YouTube. At least I had watched it there for free. If you can't find it, you can always hit me on Instagram, and I'll try to find you some links so you can catch like some background. And I'll put another channel you can check to kind of get some backstory on it. All right, thanks for having me.
Rose, that's the woman who had the little girl, and she made her pretend like she was sick.
Yeah,
and her boyfriend. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy. Oh
wow.
Okay. She had a boyfriend kill her mom. Her mom was making her take all kind of medication, made her shave her head so she can get money. I think her mom had like Munchausen's disease or something like that. But yeah, they asked that woman. I'm about to say something else.
Oh, wow. Let me just read this comment from Miss Bernadette. I think Melissa has plateaued to the measure of love she knows and understands. If and or when she encounters greater love, she'll get it. But love in a gate is sufficient for her understanding right now.
But Melissa, do you really want it? Because like I don't really want it. Like I've never been in love before, and I don't really care if I get it or not.
I'm good. It's not, that's something that people are always trying to. Well, you'll meet somebody and but I'm okay. Don't wish for me. I'm not wishing for myself. So I'm okay with where I am. Like my daughter is 10, so right now I really have just pretty much taken myself off the market until she gets older, because I don't want to bring anybody around my daughter.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Stuff. I don't trust that. So right now I'm just kind of chilling. getting it in here and there, but at the same time, like I said, it's just like, you know, getting it in here and there is just nothing attached to that. That's just whatever.
Well, let me just say this, and I wanted to just say that one of you always attach. Let me say something. As soon as you extrapolate your fluids and others to you are connected to them always.
I've heard that before, and I get it.
It's real.
Okay, Melissa.
It's real.
I'm gonna ask Melissa this, because that's how TC feels. Melissa, when you have like casual sex, I don't feel like I'm attached. Do you feel that way?
Oh yeah, you are.
I mean,
your fluids whole stuff. It's the fluids.
TC, I get that part. Melissa got to say, because I think we feel the same. How you feel, Melissa?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, TC, and I've heard that before. But as far as like how I feel about it, I don't have no feeling. You know, it's some people I done ran into and I done forgot. I'm like, wait a minute, where I know you from?
Baby.
That's not the same kind of attachment that I'm talking about, but that's okay. It's all right. And we all get it differently. It's all good.
But I will say this, like I'm now, before I was like BB, before I got married, you know, back in the day I had I was a side chick for people, and my thing with the guy was, you the one married, not me. You breaking your vows, and that's on you. So then when I got married though, because I've always taken vows seriously, I never cheated. The whole time I never cheated, because that's how I feel about that. But then, at the same time, since going through that and being on the opposite side of the disloyalty, I look at it different now, and I'm like, it ain't even worth it. Because like if I meet a guy now and he tells me something about being married, I'm like, look, go on, it ain't even worth it. Go on home, deal with your wife, appreciate her, because it's not even worth it. Just let it go. So I don't want to be that person anymore. But at the same time, I never cheated on nobody.
But you were a side chick, so you did cheat. That was cheating.
I didn't cheat. I fornicated, but I wasn't in adultery.
No, she wasn't cheating because she wasn't in a relationship.
No, that's still cheating. Cheating is no. So don't no. That's cheating.
I was not in a relationship, so
when something is wrong, you know that it is not right, and that's cheating. That's cheating.
No, that's not cheating. Like, it's different.
Yeah,
you can give it the word.
I agree that it's wrong. I agree that it's wrong, but I don't agree that I actually cheated on somebody. I just feel like, I was being irresponsible.
I wasn't cheated either, because he was cheating, you weren't.
Right.
And this is the thing. It's the taking the responsibility, and that's the whole thing.
I did take responsibility, because when it happened to me, I was just like, that's just karma. I did dirt came back. I took the L. Right. It is what it is, and just like I didn't try to, I was disappointed, but I'm like, it ain't like you didn't have it coming.
Right, because that karma comes back, and regardless of what end that no. What I'm saying is, regardless of which end that you're standing on, it will get you, regardless.
Yeah, I totally believe in karma. I do. That's why I try to put out good karma, because I don't want it to come back on me or my daughter. And part of the reason
Amen.
I didn't say my husband was because I had a daughter, and I'm like, I can't raise her in this house where she thinks it's okay to see her mom, dad going out, from home. I didn't grow up like that. So I'm like, let me go and leave, because I don't want her throwing it in my face when she get older and she dealing with a situation like that. So.
And those generational curses, and those things that have happened generations before will come back, and it has, and we know it because we see it playing right in front of us today. It happens, and I applaud you for that. Thank you, because we have to think about our children.
Generational curse, though, like, or is it just or is it just like shit happens? Or
I think it's a little bit of both.
I mean, no, it's not. No, stuff happens, but at least take responsibility for it, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not saying that stuff won't happen, because it does. And perfection is reserved for God and God only. None of us are perfect here on the face of this earth. Howsoever, we do know right from wrong. And so therefore, only thing we have to do, when I say only thing, but I mean, it's a process. When we see, or when we know when we do things wrong, just say, you know what, I'm wrong. I apologize and I ask for forgiveness. And bada boom, bada bang, and keep it moving. Yeah, stuff does happen.
That's how I feel about my spiritual life, because people will be like, well, talking about me. I'm like, I done did a bunch of stuff I wasn't supposed to do. When I stand before God or whoever I'm gonna be standing in front of, I'm just gonna have to, when he started reading the stuff, what can I do? I did it. So it's like, how sometimes when you're a kid, you like, you're gonna get a whooping, but you're gonna do it anyway. That's me. I'm like, depending on what it is, I'm gonna take my ass whooping on these.
You go ahead and take it. That's cool.
Because it only takes me one doggone time, and it don't even take me one. If I see it happening to somebody else, I'm not doing it, because I don't want to go through it. I really don't.
Yeah, it just depends on what it is. For me.
Yeah. I got
it. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa.
Guys.
Take care, Cobra.
No
take care, BB.
Thank you guys for coming up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. This was good. We're about to end the live. Cobra, do you have anything else you wanted to say before we end the live?
I just want to repeat what I said in the beginning.
Go ahead.
I'm laughing. Okay, so whoever fights the monster should see to it that in the process he does not become the monster. And if you gaze long enough into the abyss will gaze back into you. That got something to do with serial killer shit. Y'all like, where the fuck that came from?
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
This has been fun. I don't know if you should change the title or not.
I thank everybody for coming in, for adding to the chat and adding to the conversation.
Yeah.
Again, I thank everyone for just hanging out with us for a little while. Again, we'll do this every Wednesday at 8. We both have we have the PolyVibez channel, so please.
Let me get the link.
Yeah, Cobra's going to drop the link. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I this was really awesome. Let me see. Nikki, thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Fair Exchange. Thank you, Shelly. Thank Miss Bernadette. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jay Dunn. Thank you, TC. As always, you're always here for us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bench. Thank you, April Walker. Thank you, Miss T Velocity. Thank you. Wait a minute. Where was she at? Ooh, she was up here.
I think her name is Nikki.
Michelle's daughter.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope you subscribe. Thank you. And who else? I'm missing somebody. I said Miss T. I think that was it. If I miss you, I'm so sorry. Oh, HG. I forgot.
HGQ Project.
Yes. Thank you too for coming in. And this is the end of our lives, guys.
I got one last thing, BB.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if you guys have any topic suggestions, please email us. Please.
Yes. please.
Give us something to talk about. Thank you.
All right, guys. Peace out. See you soon.
Hey, peace and blessings. I'll dance to the music.
Go.
And they still see me. I'm just
peace out, guys. I hate this computer. Peace.
that's it.